Are we on the air?
Yes, you are.
OTA Talk, we hanging out as per usual. Mr. Rez, Digital, Ty Harper doing our thing. And, hey, Canadian Music Week in the building. Two very talented new artists. And when it comes to Toronto MCs doing it, you got to mention this guy. He had one of the hottest songs of 2007, Dial Tone. And his Don't Holla EP is in stores right now. If you call him Daytona, I guarantee you he might smack you. We'll talk about that later on. His name now is Tona in the building.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. Just happy to be here. OTA Lifestyle on the air live. Just good.
See, but not that he had a hot single.
Not just a hot single.
He had arguably like when we talked on the wrap up. For me, it was a tie between Pull Up and Dial Tone for the hottest joint of the year.
Yeah,
you know
for sure, man.
Yeah.
And this guy, he dropped his promising debut album When It's Over in 2005 and proceeded to build his reputation one amazing live show at a time. His latest album, Oh Prince, was not only my pick for Canadian Hip-Hop Album of the Year, it might actually win him a Juno. From Rwanda to London, all the way to our studios, Shad K is in the building.
What's going on?
Juno nominee.
Yes.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to be here.
Now, OTA Talkers, you guys know how we do this thing. We talk. And given the fact that it's Canadian Music Week, we talk about the thing that we love to talk about, which is Canadian music.
Yeah, we're known to talk about, Toronto here and there.
Yeah, for sure. Now, here we have like two potentially big artists in a country that ironically seems to be a little too small to support the talent of these two talented artists. Being a Canadian artist, what's the one industry stumbling block that really gets to you every single time? Start with Shad.
Industry stumbling block, I can say the biggest stumbling block, period, is the fact that this country is massive. And like, I don't know how people do it out west. Like, I'm living in Vancouver now, and it's like, if you want to go Vancouver to Calgary to do a show, like, the amount of money that costs, like travel alone, and who's to know, like it is just, it's a struggle to get outside of your zone.
Now, to put it into perspective, you're saying massive in the fact that it's a big landmass.
Geographically.
And we don't have enough people to fill in that mass to get from A to B to C to
let's just do the perspective thing. 30 million people in the country, right? Second largest country on the planet, if I'm not mistaken. And if you think about it, the state of California and the state of New York have 30 million people.
Yeah.
What about for you, Tona?
For me, because of the level that I'm doing it at right now, I just find that it's Toronto's infrastructure mainly, because I don't think it's ever been a question of the actual talent out here. Like, the music is always questionable at some points, but I don't think that's the problem. I think it's the outlets, man, that to actually get that music out there. I don't think we have the moguls and the people that help to propel the music, like, as opposed to, other states like New York. They had Russell Simmons, combining all that talent together and putting the label together.
Yeah.
We have a lot more rappers and not enough managers and people in those positions that can help propel the music.
Right.
So I don't know where those loopholes fall underneath, but I can definitely say infrastructure. It just hasn't been there.
Yeah.
It just hasn't been there.
That's my point of view.
Yeah. Rochester was on our show a while back, and his belief was that the concept of a fan, the idea of somebody that loves and supports a particular artist, that concept is dead because of the internet and the fact that the new relationship between the artist and the fan is extremely passive. Like, you don't have to do anything to get what you need. And so you're in a situation where it's extremely one-sided in terms of what the fan gets, which is great music, but the artist isn't getting a whole lot. Do you think that what he's saying is kind of true?
I think that, like, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of more opportunities now to have interactions between artists and fans, which is not a bad thing. But yeah, I mean, it is different. Like, I was talking to like an older dude, and he was like, he said he used to love Neil Young, and he was like, I didn't even know what the dude looked like, for 10 years. He's like, I didn't know what this guy looked like. There's this like mystique, and that's not there anymore. Now it's like there's just so many more interactions. You can go and see your favorite artist's blog. You can see literally what they're thinking every day. They can type it down and tell you.
Yeah,
it's a different thing. I don't know if that's necessarily bad though.
But that shouldn't change like a fan or a quote unquote fan, the way they enjoy the music, really.
Yeah. But the concept of what a fan is, whether you're talking about sports, there is always a situation where there is that fair exchange of something, whether it's basketball. So even if you've never gone to a game, you take the time to watch the TV. You take the time to buy the cards. You take the time to wear the hat. So there is always that commerce, that idea that whether you choose to support them this way, that way, the point is that the support is commercially translated. And so like in this situation, I think now we get a whole lot more as fans than the actual artists get in return. Like, and so I think when Rochester says that, I kind of agree with him in a way, but I don't know how to get out of that.
Right.
To be honest, I don't think there is a way out of that, because this is the new wave. Like, the internet basically propels not only music but everything. Like, you can basically do your banking over the internet, and this is just like what it is. There's been artists that have capitalized off it, so we can either hold on to the retro way of doing things, or kind of adjust to it in our own manner, like just customize the way your approach on the market.
Okay, but see, you guys coming as artists, you think it's good to be, say, on Facebook and saying, yo, I'm in the lab, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think it's good to do that for the people out there, or do you think you need to maintain that like mystique of an artist?
A bit of distance. I don't know. I think it depends on the artist. Some artists, they love it and they want to like just touch everybody who enjoys their music, and other people they need to pull back a little bit. Or it's just like, I know I don't maintain my own Facebook group page because like I won't be in this physical world anymore. I will just be on Facebook. You know? That's just a trip. So like, but I don't know.
I think people need a reality check as well too. To say to themselves that as much as blogging is good, as much as Facebook is good, we need to start looking specifically for that thing that we can translate that fair commerce off of. And that, at the end of the day, is what it's about. You know what I mean?
And I think the only thing with that won't change is live music. That's the only thing in that whole
you're touching on it right there.
That will never change, right? Like,
OTA Talk, we hanging out. Canadian